¿Qué es la que hay? Welcome everybody to 20 West DIY. My name is West. With all that is happening around the world, I've been more in my garage looking for stuff to do. I really wanted to work in the RX-7 more, but the RSX took me a lot of time, and I can wait until all this is done so I can bring the RX-7 out. One of the things that I'm working right now, I'm gonna take the gauge cluster out. So I'm gonna show you guys how to step by step remove the vessel and the cluster. Why I'm taking it out? Well, if you are RX-7 FD owner, you will know why. It's a common issue on these cars.
You piece of sh**.
There's a lot of options out there. If you want to go digital, you can go with AEM, Haltech, and I think Fuel Tech. If you want to keep the analog style, you can go with speed hot gauges. I wanted to keep it original, and I was doing some research in the internet, and I found a couple used ones, but they are expensive. Everything for this car is really expensive, and they're still used. So I met Michael in one of the Facebook pages for the RX-7 pages, and I think, don't quote me on this one, that he's one of the small amount of people that work with this, if he's not the only one, or at least that is active in the RX-7 community. So he posted a gauge cluster, a pretty good price, and it was calibrated all square away. So the only issue was the RPMs gauge were like scratched a little bit. So I reached him, and he said that he will change the RPM phase if I send mine, and he will match the mileage from this car to a new cluster. So if you want to keep your stock gauge, you can contact him. I will leave his point of contact information in the description, and he will replace the capacitor, which is the common issue that this thing has. It will fix your mileage screen, and he also works with the PFC. So let me start the car, let me show you what mine does, and then let's get started. So I can show you the RPMs only because I'm not driving the car, but the RPMs that you see is around 1900, 1950 or 2000 RPM. And maybe you see here in my PFC controller, you see it's 1100. So it's off, and you see how now it's jumping around. Now it's going to, you see how crazy it looks? And then the RPMs as well. You see how the PFC looks like a first gen Game Boy Tetris? So you can change the screen and make it look fancy. Alright, let's get started. Alright, the first step in my case will be to remove the steering wheel. I don't think that if you don't have an aftermarket steering wheel, I don't think you have to remove it. But I'm just gonna remove it to make things easier. So mine has a quick release. So I just press this button and then pull the ring. So once you remove these 3 screws, it has a light here, so you just twist the light and it will come off really easy. In my case, because I have the air to fuel ratio gauge here, I have these cables here, but if you have it stock, you don't have to mess with it. I'm just gonna leave it hanging here for now and then keep going. So to remove the actual bezel, you have to remove this cover here. The reason you do that is because it has a screw here, and you have to remove the lower cover. In my case, I realized that this is just broken, so I'm just gonna mess with that. But so this cover literally has 3, 1 on the side and 2 going that way, 1 here and then 1 on the other side. And the reason you want to remove that cover is because you have 1 bolt here that is hiding, and then you have another screw here. Alright, this is the scariest part, because this is a 26 years old car, so the plastic gets really brittle. So if you pull it, it can break the tabs, or it can break the bezel on the back part. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But to remove this thing, you just hold on to it and then you just pull it. Wish me luck. Alright, now you have to take out the plugs that are behind the cluster, and you just take it out. Alright, you have to take out 4 plugs in the rear. Remove 1, you got 2, 3, and then 4 down there. One thing I wanted to show you are the plugs. You have to press them both sides in order to remove them. Don't think that it's just one side, because you're gonna have trouble taking it out. Alright guys, this is a simple job. As you can see, the only hard part, it really is the trying to not make the plastic break, which again, that's random. Just take your time and you'll be fine.
2 weeks later.
Alright guys, and we received the cluster from Michael. I really appreciate it. It looks sick. I can't wait until I see it working. He calibrated everything. He calibrated the kilometers per hour, he calibrated the RPMs as well, because it was really off. I was playing with it last night because I ordered LEDs for this one. For some reason, I don't know why, I thought that I was gonna receive the cluster with the same bulbs that I had, because Michael swapped every single light with new Philips. But I ordered LED lights because I wanna see if I can change the color to red, since the stock one is amber. These type of gauges have like a film or something behind each face. Basically, you can just change the color if you change the bulb because of that film. There's a post on RX-7 Club that they were able to remove that film. Whenever I edit the video, I will post the screenshot of that post. Some people sand it down, and that particular post that I'm talking about, he utilized something that is called ELO or something like that, that it basically remove the film, and then he utilized super wide LED lights to try to change the actual color of the cluster. So you can't just swap the bulbs and then change the color. Even Michael posted a video on the RX-7 Facebook group showing that it doesn't work if you change the bulb. However, since the stock cluster looks amber, I wanted to see, just for curious, how it would look if I swap the red bulb, since amber is not that far from red. And why I wanted the lights red? Well, the RSX has all the interiors, the lights red, and I really like how it looks. So I was just wondering. So I was playing with this last night, and I was able to change it. And I'm gonna post in the screen how it looks, and I'm gonna go through the whole process to edit the video, to teletransport like I did on the LED guide video for the RSX, trust me. So I really want to show you guys how it looked, but it's still 4:30 p.m. so the sun is still out. I'm gonna try and travel a couple hours after, so you guys can see, and then I'll be back.
What was that?
Remember to subscribe, press the subscribe button, press the bell button. Oh crap! But I changed the bulbs light, and this is how it look. And this is how the cluster looks with the red lights. If you like red and you want to do it like me, you don't have to do all that process that can damage the calibration or something on the cluster. Especially the process is really invasive and you can just damage something. I just swapped the bulbs. I bought 4 194 LED lights. These ones are 360 degrees. All the rest lights are 74. So yeah, so I bought 4 194, which are these two greens, which are 74. All this is a warning for, I think, oil. Yep. And then the coolant sensor has another one, and then the gas empty, which are these. All these I swapped them for red. These I left that alone because they are already red. And these ones as well. I just swapped this one for the ABS, this one blue for the high beam, and then these two green. While I was playing with that, I realized that the AC panel lights look like shit. So I start playing and swapping the bulbs on this side, and this is how it looks. This with the red light, the LED red, and then this one is with the stock one, which I barely can focus, but you see how dull that light is. It's so dull that I can't even focus on it. So you see, and then I found out that I had to fix the cool part of the AC. So I replaced 2 of them, and now you can see I can focus now. The other lights weren't that bright, so I couldn't focus. You guys see the AC bulb, I haven't replaced it, and it looks like blurry. So this is how it look with the blue one, blue LED, and now you barely can see the cracks or the marks on the blue side. So for this one you need 474 more, which is this one blue, this one red, and then this one and this one. You technically need 4 neo wedge 3 millimeters because you have this one as well, but this one already turned red and it doesn't look bad, it doesn't look null. So I ordered 3 neo wedge 3 millimeters, one for here, one for there, which is the AC recirculating button, and one for here, which is the dimmer. I really love how it looks, especially that area, which it looks crappy. Now it looks so nice. I'm slowly working on interiors of this car because I really want to see the car finished. Once we're done with the interiors of this car, then we're moving to the engine bay. I already swapped the transmission like you guys saw in the video. On my next video, I'm gonna show you how to rebuild the shifter. And then after that, I will be moving on to the exhaust leak that this car has. Boy, this 26 years old car is gonna look hot. Alright guys, this is it for today's episode. I hope you guys like it. Again, like always, if you have any question, contact me in my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at TonyWestDIY, or by email at TonyWestDIY@gmail.com. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. Consider subscribe, and if you subscribe, press the bell button so you won't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for your support. I really mean it. Stay safe. God bless. Until next one.